Right now, a snow emergency is active across the Madison area after yesterday's winter storm. Why we may not be out of the woods just yet. Also, a group of Republicans are set to hold a meeting as some members now say they're willing to shut down the government if Democrats don't meet their demands. You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon. I'm Mark Hain. Thanks for tuning in on this Thursday. No, it's Wednesday. Let's head out to the weather patio. We're still dealing with yesterday's winter storm. Wisconsin getting a short break in the weather, but we could be in for more snow by the end of the week. Let's head out to the weather patio. Meteorologist Jacob Madison has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. A lot of snow yesterday.
Yeah, right now it feels like I'm in a winter wonderland out here, and there certainly is more snow to come. But let's take a look at yesterday. Here's a look at some of the snowfall reports. The heaviest snow was just to the west of Dane County, near places like Muskota, Dodgeville, Cuba City. But there were some areas within Dane County that saw pretty close to 10 inches. Here's a look at some other places. Mineral Point saw 10.7. WISC-TV here, we reported 8.5 inches, and the airport saw just over 5.5 inches. So we got plenty of snow across our area, and as I mentioned, there is more to come. Now, right now, if we look at the current radar, only seeing some light flurries in the southwestern portion of the state around Platteville. Could see some light flurries later in the day, but we are going to see a little bit more consistent snowfall tonight. Now, tonight is not the snow that is issuing the other alert day. That will be for Friday, but we could see another 1 to 2 inches of snow tonight, as we are going to see a few snow showers pass through southern Wisconsin. Not going to be a huge issue, but could make roads slippery once again during the morning commute, as there could be some more standing snow. A few flurries by Thursday morning, but for the most part, we're not going to see a lot of snow Thursday morning. An additional 1 to 2 inches is possible. Some local amounts could see closer to 2 to 4 inches, but as we get into Friday, we have a second alert day for another potential winter storm, and right now we are expected to see around 6 to 9 inches for that system. And with that system, there's going to be a little bit more blowing and drifting snow. The snow is going to be lighter than it was yesterday, and it's also going to be a little bit windier. I'll talk more in detail about the full forecast and show you just how cold temperatures will get after the storm. All of those details coming up a little bit later.
Winter is here, that's for sure. Thank you, Jacob. We'll check back. A snow emergency for Madison is in effect until tomorrow morning. That means some of the rules for parking are different. During a snow emergency, everyone in Madison has to follow alternate side parking rules. That's even if you usually park in the snow emergency zone, which is exempt from the rules, except during a snow emergency. So here are the rules. On odd days, park on the odd-numbered side of the street, and vice versa from 1 to 7 a.m. That means you should be on the even side this morning. Make sure you park on the odd side tonight. Meanwhile, some of the City of Madison's non-essential operations are back open, including trash and recycling collection. If you didn't get your trash picked up yesterday because of the storm, the city is asking that you put out your trash cans today. They'll be emptying bins from Tuesday's routes today and tomorrow. So if your bin isn't empty tonight, leave it out. Other buildings like libraries, the clerk and treasurer's office are also now open. Make sure you have our First Warn weather app with it. You'll have the latest radar and traffic conditions. You can also find up-to-date closings and delays on there as well. The app is free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather. Over on the East Coast, it was rain and wind that punished areas there overnight, flooding dozens of communities and threatening more flooding today. Michael George has the latest from Lodi, New Jersey.
This car was no match for rising floodwaters in Saddle River, New Jersey, as thousands of people up and down the East Coast woke up to find streets underwater. It all came from a very powerful weather system that dumped tons of rain and brought fierce winds. In Staten Island, New York, the wind uprooted a massive tree and brought down power lines.
I heard a noise, but with what goes on the street, I never thought to look. And of all the trees on the street, why this one?
In Norwich, Connecticut, streets are flooded after a partial collapse of the Fitchville Pond Dam. A flood warning was issued Wednesday morning, with officials concerned that more of the dam could give way. Overnight, the storm also took aim at parts of Maryland.
This is by far the highest water we've seen in a long while.
In Middle River, Maryland residents say the rain came in fast, and there was little time to prepare.
It was probably 2.5 foot of water down by the waterfront, and luckily our house is raised up, so we made out okay. But the people that don't have the houses raised up, they were probably within inches of, getting all wet.
Forecasters say many of these areas will have little time to dry out. Another storm is expected this weekend. Michael George, CBS News.
And at least 10 people had to be rescued from vehicles by rising water in Prince George's County. That's in Maryland. That rough weather along the East Coast is causing travel headaches nationwide. That's according to tracking site FlightAware. More than 800 flights were canceled yesterday. More than 4,200 were delayed. In addition to the holdups for some air travelers, Amtrak was forced to cancel some of its East Coast train schedules for Tuesday and Wednesday. A 73-year-old woman recovering after a car hit her while she was out shoveling yesterday. Madison police say it happened on Seminole Highway just before 2:25 in the afternoon. The driver lost control of his car driving along a snow-covered curve. Police say he noticed the woman and tried honking his horn to get her to move, but ultimately he hit his car. His car hit her, that is. The woman is expected to be okay. An update to a deadly crash on the north side from November. A second person is facing charges of recklessly endangering safety. Madison police say that person was racing the sedan that T-boned 77-year-old Roderick Anderson's car. Anderson died at the scene. That car's driver is facing charges for killing him. Also, the man accused of shooting someone outside a bar last month has a $50,000 cash bond. Police say 35-year-old Deontay Davis shot a man in the parking lot at Monkey Shine's bar in Fitchburg. The man did survive. This was 2 days before Christmas. Davis is charged with recklessly endangering safety and having a gun as a convicted felon. He'll be back in court on January 17th. A growing number of Republicans say they'd support using a government shutdown as a negotiating tactic. Right now, the U.S. is operating under a two-part funding plan that expires January 19th and February 2nd. Some conservatives say letting the clock run out could pressure Democrats into more spending cuts and tighter border security.
There are only some very rare exceptions and extenuating circumstances. The border is one of those.
The group doesn't speak for the whole party. Past polling suggests shutdowns are unpopular, and this is an election year. Speaker Mike Johnson says House and Senate leaders are working on a long-term bipartisan plan. GOP sources say party leaders have floated the idea of another stopgap funding plan, but they'd rather pass a long-term bill. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Boeing CEO addressed the recent incident involving an Alaska Airlines door, and a juice company is getting a new look. That's next in the Money Watch Report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Your energy bills have never been higher, up 30 to 60% depending on how you heat your home. Andrew Larson here with Larson Home Services. We can help lower your energy bills and make your home more cozy. It starts with a visit by our Dr. Energy Saver team. We'll pinpoint your problem areas and show you how we can help. And now's the time to call. With 75% off installation labor, financing for 60 months, and a $100 Visa gift card when you sign up for a Dr. Energy Saver package. Call now because this doctor makes house calls.
Come on, Michael, come on. Catch the ball! Huddle up! Do you need to get your eyes checked? Well, actually...
Here's the play. Stanton Optical makes glasses in 30 minutes. It's easy on 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy!
Hut! Come on, Michael, you got this! Come on, turn! Michael, catch! I can see! You did it! I did it!
30-minute glasses? Now that's an easy play. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
This is Matt Gunderson. It still hits me every time TAPS is played. We're honored to serve those who served. An eligible Veterans Life Celebration includes honors recognizing their dedication and selfless service, including uniform and medal displays.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
Boeing CEO Dave Calhoun said the company is, quote, acknowledging our mistake following the mid-flight blowout of an Alaska Airlines door plug last Friday. Calhoun became emotional as he discussed the incident at a company staff meeting yesterday, and he thanked the pilots and crew of the Alaska Airlines flight. The FAA has temporarily grounded all Boeing 737 MAX 9 planes pending inspections. Calhoun says his company will cooperate with the federal investigation. The Securities and Exchange Commission says a post on X claiming the agency had approved spot Bitcoin exchange-traded funds is false. The agency says the SEC's account had been, quote, compromised. The price of Bitcoin jumped slightly after the false message was posted, then dropped soon after the agency's denial. And you may notice a new look from Tropicana Orange Juice soon. The company is dropping the A and I from its name for a limited time to highlight the brand's all-natural and not artificial ingredients. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Checking Wall Street at the noon hour, the Dow Industrial's up 56 points, the NASDAQ up 71, the S&P 500 gaining almost 12. Up next, Pam is back with a look at today's egg prices, plus Jacob returns with the complete forecast. And then today on Live at 4, we're going behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs and the next generation of the all-electric Nissan Leaf.
The biggest clearance event is on now at Furniture and Appliance Mart's $14 million manufacturer liquidation sale. Shop clearance and overstock appliances throughout the store while they last. Our loss is your gain at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
The bag is back at Menards. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag, from household items and pet toys to power tools and even your favorite snacks. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. This deal won't last long. Hurry in to get your bag and see how much you can save. Sale ends January 14th.
Save big money at Menards.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new Ab EX from Sono Bello.
Doctor, after my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me really self-conscious.
It's not your fault. That stubborn fat and excess skin is very difficult to get rid of with diet and exercise alone.
That's exactly why I went to Sono Bello. I really trust their team of experts, and I finally got the flat stomach I had always wanted.
Introducing Ab EX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
Ab EX is a great alternative to a tummy tuck because that overhang you mentioned becomes flat and tight fast with minimal downtime.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now to learn more about Ab EX by Sono Bello. Call 1-888-285-6876 or go to sonobello.com.
New Year's savings continues at Ashley. Save up to 72% off doorbusters and clearance. Get low monthly payments with no money down. Furniture has never been more affordable. It all ends Tuesday, only at Ashley.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show, strap in.
Come on, you gotta fly.
Okay. An 84-year-old skydiver inspires us all. Plus,
this is jiu-jitsu, everybody.
Jerry O'Connell does his best.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
After 5 decades on the road, News 3 Now's Traveler is calling it a wrap. You've done so many stories.
Thousands. And 3 or 4 good ones.
I'm talking to the dynamic duo who made TV magic. Thursday at 10.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Let's check in with Pam Yankee now from the Midwest Farm Report. Hello, stranger.
I know. I've been trying to get here, but that storm had to get in the way of my first conversation with you this new calendar year. Happy New Year. Let's get started with some happy news. From up in Wisconsin Dells, despite the weather, there is a full house at the Chula Vista Resort for the Wisconsin Fair Association's annual convention tonight. We'll find out who the 2024 Fairest of the Fairs is, and I'll bring that to you tomorrow here on News 3. Let's take a look at some other winners. They held the annual Everybody Has a Fair Story event. More than 50 entries from across the state sharing their personal events that happened at a county, district, or state fair. Here's our runner-up this year. That young woman is Sarah Hagen. She lives in Hartford now, but she was in Vernon County when she was a dairy exhibitor. She shared her story of the roller coaster ups and downs she felt in the ring when she went in for dairy showmanship. She ultimately ended up winning one of the most memorable times of her life. That's Sarah Hagen, reserve grand champion. And then from Cashton, here's Corey Blank. She was the grand champion with her entry from Monroe County. She was a sheep superintendent for the Monroe County Fair when she was a young person, and had all kinds of responsibility, getting kids around, had the folks that were involved with paying the judges, etc. She said her mom told her, you got to come back, you got to come back. She didn't know what was wrong. Well, here her boyfriend, Chris, popped the question at the Monroe County Fair. So her story, Corey Blank from Cashton, was the grand champion winner of the Every Person Has a Fair Story. Congratulations. I'm glad that I can partner again with the Wisconsin Fair Association to share all those stories. We'll get them up at MidwestFarmReport.com just as quickly as we can. And it's not just the first and second place entries that we'll be featuring. We had 5 top stories that made the judging really difficult for folks. So please come on over and enjoy those and think about getting involved with that competition next year. Everybody's got a fair story. Well, I'm afraid the story today in the marketplace is about really the lack of interest on the international marketplace for the U.S. commodities. I talked with John Heinberg, market advisor from Total Farm Marketing in West Bend. Do you know we have not had an international sale for corn since mid-December? That's troubling. Now we have to watch and see what's happening in South America. Friday, we get our World Ag Supply Demand Report that's going to be out. That's the big one. That's sometimes the market mover when it comes to our numbers. So we'll have to wait and see what that brings to the marketplace. Hopefully, maybe a smaller crop as far as South America. Also, more livestock out there eating the feed we produce. Better on the dairy side today. Barrel cheese up a penny at $1.48. 40-pound block cheese up a nickel at $1.56. But AA butter stands still today at $2.56 3/4 per pound. So again, congratulations to all those folks that shared their experiences from their county, district, or state fair. Makes me smile because with the exception of the Buck was not creative enough to pop the question at the county fair, but I know the roller coaster up and down in that dairy show.
All right, Pam. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yep.
Bullying is widespread and can have serious health consequences for young people. According to the CDC, and the harms are not just felt by the person being bullied. Astrid Martinez takes us inside a middle school that's teaching students to be upstanders instead of bystanders.
The sound of a chime in Elise Ward's 7th grade class means it's time to contemplate how to create a positive school environment.
Empathy means feeling and thinking how the other person might feel or think.
Students put their hand to their heart to connect to their bodies, behaviors, and beliefs during discussions on emotional intelligence.
We can make sure that everyone feels included and safe.
Educators at Ann Dorner Middle School pair those discussions with an online bullying prevention program called EverFi, originally created with the U.S. Navy SEALs. Students are asked to stand up for others, not able to stand up for themselves.
We're letting them understand the importance of having that integrity and having that resilience and that leadership so that when they can go out into the world, they can make those changes.
The program is tailored for each grade, from kindergarten through high school, and students independently move through the lessons.
You can choose whichever one you want. So which one would you like? Yeah, which one would you like?
EverFi says it's now in a quarter of all schools nationwide, and student surveys show progress.
There has been an increase in the number of students that have actually gone and asked for support from an adult, but we have also seen a decrease in students deciding not to intervene.
Students we spoke with say the program has empowered them to get involved.
Asking an adult or going to them and making sure they're okay, or even talking to the bully.
They say being a bystander is no longer an option. Astrid Martinez, CBS News, Ossining, New York.
You better get that snow cleared up because we could be in for some more snow by the end of the week. Here's Jacob.
Yeah, and the system coming up this Friday looks very similar to the system yesterday, although the snow will be a bit lighter in terms of the actual texture. Accumulation will be about the same, but it's not going to be as heavy or wet. But here's a look at the alert day. This is Friday, mostly kind of late Thursday night through Friday and also into Saturday morning. Right now we are calling for around 6 to 9 inches, and once again, this is for all of southern Wisconsin. So looking at the forecast, could see some light snow, about an inch or two tonight. And then as we get to Thursday night, we are going to see that system move into our area. And similar to yesterday, we are expected to see widespread snow, sometimes heavy, throughout the entire day on Friday. This will also continue into the overnight hours Friday into early Saturday morning. And this is really going to be for our entire area. Many places could see just about the amount of snow that we saw yesterday. And as we get into Saturday, it will continue a little bit, but then by the afternoon, it is expected to clear out. And then the winds are going to shift and the temperatures will fall. But before I talk about the temperatures, the accumulation forecast looks very similar to last system. We'll see around 6 to 9 inches for much of our area. It looks like the heaviest could be to the south and east, but as we saw yesterday, some of the heavier bands, which occurred just to the west of Dane County, that's what produced the most snowfall. So these numbers are definitely a little subject to change, but in general, prepare for a very similar system, although the snow will be a lot fluffier rather than the heavy snow that we saw yesterday. Now, we're also going to see some incredible winds, and because the snow will be lighter, we are expected to see a lot of drifting and blowing snow. So we could even see some blizzard conditions at times. Now, the winds aren't going to be too bad tonight or tomorrow, but then as we get to Friday, we will start to see the winds increase. By the time we get to the afternoon hours, we'll see wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour, and then early Friday night, we could see those wind gusts approaching 45 miles per hour, and this is once again for our entire area, so it's going to be a lot windier for this upcoming system, and because the snow is lighter, there's going to be a lot more blowing snow, which will likely cause visibilities to drop to a quarter of a mile, maybe even less, more so compared to yesterday's system. The winds are expected to continue for Saturday, although not as bad as Friday. But we're not done with the winter weather yet. Now, we're not expected to see a lot of snow after Friday or Saturday, but we have another alert day from Sunday through Wednesday due to bitterly cold temperatures. We're going to see actual temperatures below zero with the wind chills possibly dropping into the -20s. Here's a look at the high temperature forecast. Starting on Sunday, we're going to have highs in the single digits. We could have a high temperature below zero on Monday, and this is going to continue through all of next week, although it's not going to be quite as bad towards the end of the week. Still very cold. So here's a look at the wind chill forecast. It's really going to start to get bad Sunday morning as we're going to see the wind chills in the negative double digits. Even worse for Monday morning with wind chill values in the -20s, and it's going to continue to be brutally cold as we get into Tuesday morning. So more snow and easily the coldest weather of the season so far. So we have alert days from Friday through Wednesday for a lot of winter weather. Now, once again, for Friday's system, it likely will impact our area during the entire day. It's going to be a lot lighter of a snow. Accumulation will be similar, but because the snow is lighter, it will allow for even more drifting and blowing snow compared to what we saw yesterday, and blizzard conditions are possible. Right now, there aren't any warnings or watches yet, but I do expect that to change within the next 12 to 24 hours.
Can't catch a break around here, can we?
No, but I mean, we've had a fairly mild winter so far, so I think this weekend, next week, we're really catching up to what we should be for the winter.
It's all a faded memory at this point.
Exactly.
All right, Jacob, thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, Howard has a show and tell in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Do you know how to turn this into this? It's not magic, and it's very easy. Stick around and I'll show you.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
Are you suffering with neck pain, back pain, or sciatica due to disc-related conditions? You may have tried drugs, spinal injections, or physical therapy just to find out it didn't help. You're not alone. The problem is that some of those treatments focus on symptom relief, but may not address the underlying disc problem. As a result of injury or overuse, the discs may bulge, herniate, or degenerate over time. Our therapies are highly successful and reduce pain associated with those conditions and may help you avoid neck or back surgery. At Midwest Spine and Nerve Center, we'll design a treatment program using the latest in pain-relieving therapies, including non-surgical spine decompression, ProAdjuster 360 computerized technology, laser therapy, and more. Visit our website or call to schedule a complimentary consultation.
Another year of yo-yo dieting? Not this year. Hit reset and make a permanent change with permanent fat removal by Sonobello.
With Sonobello, day one, all my unwanted body fat gone.
These are my favorite pair of jeans that I couldn't even button up. Look how flat my stomach is. I couldn't believe it was just gone.
I saw the results immediately. And this is the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
Real women everywhere are transforming their bodies permanently. Sonobello is not a fad diet or boot camp workout. It's a simple, proven way to remove stubborn body fat permanently and in just one visit.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
If you are looking for physical results and positive emotional results, please run, don't walk to your nearest Sonobello.
Ready to hit reset? Find out how you can save $250 off instantly. Call now or go to sonobello.com.
Win a hand-paid jackpot at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells, and you'll have a chance to win a new Mercedes and a shot at $100,000 in cash. It's the Mega Jackpot Winners Quarterly Drawings going on now at Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin Dells.
You know, lots of folks start the new year by making promises to eat more veggies and to cut down on carbs. So today, we're going to show you how you can transform some of your favorite veggies into what some call fake-out foods. For those of you who love spaghetti, but still want to fit into your skinny jeans, try making noodles out of zucchini or any other veggies. There's a bunch of gizmos and gadgets on the market that will help you do just that. These here are hand-operated. You simply insert your veggie, give it a few twists and turns, and voila, you end up with curly vegetable noodles. And there are even electric models and ones that attach to our stand mixers for when we're doing a bunch. This one turns sweet potatoes into what looks like a pile of silly string in just seconds. We took these a bit further by creating a lighter version of pad thai noodles, replacing traditional noodles with curly sweet potatoes. To get the recipe for our sweet potato pad thai, which is nutty delicious, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a spiralicious way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Here's Jacob now with one final check of the forecast.
Thanks, Mark. We do have the chance for some snow tonight, but then the alert day for Friday for the likelihood of accumulating snow. And we're also going to see much colder weather next week with highs in the single digits, lows well below zero.
All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.